What is up, guys? JayFerGaming here, and welcome to another episode in my Felipe Massa career mode. This is the Circuit of Americas for the US Grand Prix, and this is a great track, one of the best on the calendar. And with 4 races to go, the title battle goes on between the two Mercedes and myself, Felipe Massa, in the Williams. And as you can see, it is drizzling, so that's definitely going to mix things up in qualifying. And yeah, it's going to be an exciting one. We've had some really exciting races recently, especially Japan, if you want to go and check that out, as well as the other ones. But yeah, a bit of a glitch here. Anthony Davidson keeps on talking. Shut the hell up. You're making my screen white. But yeah, into qualifying. First lap wasn't the best, got us into 13th. And now we're going slightly faster, but nothing spectacular. So we're not having the greatest of sessions here. Our pace isn't the best. So let's see if we can move up the standings through the final corner and coming to the line. Short run, and we're nearly 3 seconds off the pace. Only in 10th place. And now we've seriously got to put a time in, because I'm worried at this point. I could be very far down the grid. Final run, and it's only 8th place. And there we go. That's how we finished. 2 seconds off the pace pretty much. And it's a bit of 2x2 at the front. Mercedes, Ferrari. I feel like I should have been around my teammate Bottas, but it wasn't to be. The 2 Red Bulls have beaten me. And yeah, could be a tricky one. Depends what the weather's going to be like on race day. But we obviously will not find out till then. And there we go. More rain. We're on the Inters again. We've got exactly the same conditions from qualifying, where I did struggle. So I'm not expecting too much from this race if the weather stays as it is, because this is a great track for me when it's dry, but I'm just not feeling it in these tricky conditions. But no doubt we'll be going for a dive bomb into turn 1, that very steep hill. But the Grand Prix is away. We get an alright getaway in the wet. We're a lot better on traction in the wet. So we've got signs on our outside, but we're gonna have to go up the inside of the Red Bulls to try and make up a few positions. We've gone in too deep, hit Ricciardo, lost a bit of control. But actually from that, we've actually taken the position of Kvyat, so we've gained a position from that. A very scrappy start. We took in slightly too much speed. I didn't expect Ricciardo to turn in like that, but I probably should have. So we did make contact, and luckily no one span out, but Ricciardo's all over Bottas, and we're looking to try and get past the Red Bull as quick as possible, because I don't expect them to have the greatest speed. But obviously in real life, the 2 Red Bulls were the fastest in these conditions, so it'll be interesting to see how they do. But if we get the chance, if we're close enough, we'll be going for the overtake, probably on the DRS straight. Even without DRS, we should breeze past them with the Renault power unit, but let's see if we can get good traction. Yeah, it's pretty good. But with our setup, rich mix and better power unit, we should get past the Red Bull here. And look at it. There we go. Up past the Red Bull and up into 6th place. Ricciardo's been dispatched. And now at the front, it's 2x2x2. And we're all really close together as well. So let's see what happens. And yeah, on to the next lap. I closed in onto the back of my teammate. He's dropped off from the 2 Ferraris. So he's definitely showing that the Williams isn't the greatest car around here, especially in these conditions. We're not the greatest in the wet, but we have got a decent run out the hairpin once again. We could do a similar thing like we did to Ricciardo on the first lap. And there we go. Look at our straight line speed compared to our teammate. We've got a much better setup for straight line speed than Bottas, and we're up into 5th. We've gone slightly deep. I think we locked up a little bit there. So, we're sliding on the curb as well, so that's going to give Bottas an opportunity on the inside. We're going to have to give him room. Can we keep this position? This is costing us time to the Ferraris, and yes, we finally got the move done. A couple of mistakes in there, but we still got the move. And up into 5th, now to try and stick with the Ferraris, but I know it's going to be a tricky job. And I noticed this a few laps later on. For the first time, I think, ever, while I've been racing, the whole field is 2x2x2. I thought that was pretty pretty special. You know, you will not come across that very often at all, but it seems to have happened here. I'm not sure why, but looking at the gaps, we're about 7 seconds behind Raikkonen and 3-4 seconds ahead of Bottas. So we're in the middle of the 2 packs, really. We don't have the pace to keep up with the Mercedes and Ferrari, but we have a little bit more pace than our teammate in the Red Bull. So yeah, this might not be the most exciting of races, but there obviously is a long way to go. And I was told a few laps ago the rain is going to die down in about 15-20 minutes. I can't remember the exact figure, so I thought if that's going to happen, everyone's going to go on the inters, surely, so we might as well get the undercut here. Make the most of fresh intermediate tyres, and we've gone straight into the barrier. Oh my god. Wow. We had no grip there, just took too much speed into the pits. Luckily no damage, but hopefully we get to make the most as my phone goes off. Thank you. Great timing as I'm recording. We've gone on to the intermediate tyres. We're going for the undercut here, trying to make the most of these tyres, catch up to the top 4, and then hopefully it'll be time for dries. That would be the perfect scenario. Hopefully that will happen. But yeah, it's going to take a few laps to see if the track dries out or anything. And if we actually have the pace, and now we're closing in on the back of a few slower cars that obviously haven't pitted yet. Perez and Verstappen side by side with Sainz just ahead of them. So these two need to get out the way. This battle, I'm thinking about it, going for the overtake, but no. Verstappen closed the door. We made slight contact. Somehow got past Hulkenberg there. Perez even. And Verstappen goes wide for that wide entry line. We go for the tight entry, and we actually get the move done. A little bit of contact, but yeah, I was eager to get past them, make the most of these tyres. We're using rich mix as well, so hopefully we can get a decent undercut. And now on to lap 17. Yeah, the end of that lap and on to lap 17. We go for a very late move on Carlos Sainz. He just leaves the door open, and then I really don't like the AI, how they are there. You go up the inside and they just back out every time and get out your way, which is pretty annoying. But at this point, look at the mini-map. Look at the mini-map. This is key. Everyone's in the pits at the moment, and when everyone is in the pits, you know what's going on. They're changing compound of tyre. We've set the fastest lap of the race, but they've gone on to dry tyres, which I couldn't believe, because my engineer has given me false information, which has absolutely screwed us. So now we need to make a extra pit stop, so we've got no chance of a podium now, unless something amazing happens. So we're going to go on the prime tyres. I don't know how long the tyres last in around Austin, so I'm taking a complete punt and going for, actually it's not really a punt, I'm going safety. I'm going for the prime tyres because I don't know how long they'll last, and I don't want to be making another extra pit stop later on. So we've come out in 8th, we're ahead of Carlos Sainz, and yeah, we could be fighting for like 7th, 8th position here because our engineer has absolutely screwed us, given us false information. We tried to go for a strategy that would have worked if the information given to us was correct, but it's just not going to work here. Lap 30, we've been on our own for a very long time. We're 12 seconds behind Kvyat, who's actually every other car is on the option tyres, so that's why I don't have any pace. Sainz behind me is even closing me in, and really, a Toro Rosso closing us in, that never happens in Season Challenge. So yeah, we've got some serious issues here. We might have a very lonely race in 8th position, but still, there is time to go. And on lap 34, Kvyat's gone into the pits, and I think he goes on to the prime tyres here, which suggests he's going all the way to the end. 22 laps is a long time, because for me, I'm pitting on lap 35, and that means I will have done 21 laps on these set of tyres. And I was thinking about going for options later on, but I just can't make the strategy work. Going for primes might not have been the sensible decision, so we've got to go for another set of the primes. And yeah, the AI are either going for 3 sets of the options, this is since the rain, or in terms of the Red Bulls, they're going option prime, so a contrasting strategy, but I don't think it's going to work out for us because the options are a lot faster than the primes around here, like nearly 2 seconds a lap. And look at this, we're so far back. We're coming out next to Hulkenberg. We're going to be very close. He's giving us the room. We've got the inside line. I'm surprised Hulkenberg hasn't gone for a move here. Side by side into this first fast right hand, and we've got the move done. That's key. We don't want to lose any time behind the Force India, but we're behind Carlos Sainz, though he does have an extra pit stop to make. But how are we going to catch up to the likes of Kvyat? Even Hulkenberg's fighting back now on the DRS straight. He's going for around the outside. I've defended it. We've taken the perfect racing line, and we're still in 9th place. This is starting to feel, yeah, pretty irrelevant, really. We're kind of fighting for 8th. It's really disappointing, especially when we're supposed to be fighting for the championship. But you might have missed it, you might not have. Ricardo was retired from the race, so that's position gained. And now we're all over the back of Sainz. Not going on the options, I think, has cost us, along with that extra pit stop on the inters. So let's try and get past Sainz as quick as possible. Get a decent run here. He loses the back end. Up to Rich Mix. We want to get DRS, but we want to get the move done in this hairpin. that is a good thing about making the move down here. Get the move done, also get DRS to get away from the car we've just overtaken, and now we're up into 7th position. And now I was actually chasing after Kvyat. The gap is 9.5 seconds, I think that is. Yes, we are closing down the gap, but surely we're going to catch up to Kvyat because his tyres are going to be a few laps older than ours, and it depends how we manage them. And actually, we got the gap down to 7 seconds, but our tyres just went off completely. How the Red Bull's tyres have not gone off, it's the AI just managing the tyres better than the player. It happens all the time, and you probably noticed there's blue flags. How demoralising is this? We're getting lapped by the race leader, Nico Rosberg. And actually, Nico Rosberg is miles ahead of the rest of the field. He has absolutely dominated this Grand Prix. And he kind of goes very slow here for absolutely no reason. Why? Did he just brake check me because he's going to beat me and overtake me in the championship standings? Who knows? But yeah, that's so demoralising. And this is the final lap for us because we have been lapped, of course. Rosberg's won the race. We're coming to the line. And it's going to be a very disappointing 7th position. It's been a disappointing race. It just hasn't worked out for us. And yeah, we've taken 6 points. We've lost points to the 2 Mercedes. So yeah, just a bit flat right now because it really doesn't help us in the championship battle. We've got 3 races to go. But the key thing is, I love the next 3 races. Mexico, awesome track. Brazil, awesome track. And then Abu Dhabi at the end, a very enjoyable track to finish the season. So hopefully I can get 75 points, but still, that might not be enough to win the title for Felipe Massa. It's going to be interesting to see. Now we go, Rosberg is ahead of us, 30 points behind Hamilton. We're 33 points behind, so we might need a retirement from the Mercedes. It's going to be very tricky to finish first. We at least want to finish second, but we'll try and do our best, of course. And we're quite far ahead of the 2 Ferraris, so we can forget about them for now. Actually, I think we need another, 10 points to knock them out from overtaking us in the standings. So yeah, that's pretty awesome. Into the constructors, Mercedes have won it, I can say that already. And yeah, we're pretty far ahead of Ferrari, but the battle no doubt will go on to Abu Dhabi. So if you enjoyed the race, please leave a like. If you want to see more of these career mode videos and other types of F1 videos, subscribe to my channel, and I'll catch you next time out in Mexico. Goodbye.